Good morning, everybody. This is Courtney Wolf with Methods for Management, and I'm here with Jeff Gude, who
Morning.
runs our team for design and development for the MfM BI platform, which is our new financial platform. And we're here today with Jeff just to kind of learn a little bit more about him and to kind of understand his background and what he brings to the table with our MfM BI business advisory team. So Jeff, how did you get into the world of IT, into your profession, into what you do?
Well, I wish I had a more interesting story as to why I got into it originally, but a lot of friends were doing it back in college. So I decided, hey, this is kind of the next hot thing. So I jumped on the bandwagon of information technology, generally speaking. But the neat part was, as I was going through my education, found that I really enjoyed building things. So related to the application side and really having that challenge, that puzzle, that piece that you can go solve and actually create with your own hands. So I found that to be interesting over time and really specialized in that area as we went along. And as I left college, I got into back office systems, so specifically HR systems, doing the same thing. And so it was neat for me to see how that can be applied to concepts that you have some sort of understanding with, like human resources or finance or business operations. So started somewhat less interestingly, but as I grew over time, it really was something that struck with me as I went through and furthered my education. And it's been something I've enjoyed ever since.
Very nice. So kind of just like to dovetail off of that. So what do you find the most interesting about using your area of expertise with the IT background in the dry cleaning industry, and how you kind of bring that over into the development of what you've done with Methods for Management?
Well, I think it's neat to take what you've learned in other industries and see how that applies to new industries that you have no detailed expertise with, and start seeing some of those commonalities and seeing some of those things that can be applied across everything. So I love the idea of learning something new, learning a new industry, being in something different, seeing how they operate, see how they leverage technology. I really love the challenge of trying to get in and figure out where I would be a good fit. I think the other neat thing when it comes to the dry cleaning industry is the state of where technology is now is neat. From what I can see, there's a lot of people that have been in the industry that are now working on the technology side. So to see people that actually have that good understanding of it and can apply it and see that growth of new software that's coming out to support it, and seeing that the willingness and the acceptance for folks in the industry to adopt those is awesome. So I love being in this part of it and being able to contribute.
Fantastic. Now, what you guys have done so far with the MfM BI platform has been incredible. So that's a really neat way to kind of, like you said, kind of take what you know and bring it into a new industry that is advancing more in their technology.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I love the idea that we can continue to engage with the community, the MfM community, to solicit feedback and figure out how to grow the application to even further meet their needs or provide additional value. So that'll be something, now that we're on this platform, it's going to be living and breathing and something we can continue to grow and mature into something that provides even more value than it does today. So we got the core technology right, and we have a platform which we can expand upon very easily. So it'll be exciting next year, 2+ years to keep this thing moving.
No, yeah, we're all very excited about it. So
I can see that.
The work that you're doing. So now to move on to a more personal question. So in your downtime, what do you like to do?
Man, I tell you what. First is getting outdoors, especially in a place that I'm at, where that season is extremely limited, it feels like anymore, either ridiculously cold or ridiculously hot. I love being outside, hanging out with the family, taking them on hikes, going on vacations are always absolutely fun. I love seeing new things. But while I'm not outdoors or out of my house, my other big passion is brewing beer, which I've gotten into the last few years and has taken off. And I've found out that can be an expensive hobby, but very rewarding at the end. So we had a lot of fun doing that, creating new beers, and really I think the neat part of it is it's something that everybody enjoys. So it's not some weird hobby I do on my own. It is something where when you make something out of it, you get a chance to share it with people. and interact with individuals and have fun with it. So that's probably the neatest part of all that. Is neatest a word? I think it is, right?
It's
Probably
a word
the
you
best.
enjoy.
It's great. I say that word a lot when I am enjoying it. No, I think that's the great part of it is the interaction, and it's something that everybody has a background with and can understand. So, ton of fun making it, a ton of fun interacting with folks to have them try it and soliciting feedback. So, heck, maybe we can get those going in one of our next meetings.
I like that. Well, that just speaks back to your creativity. So part of your personality you like to explore. Last question we have for the interview is, how do you feel you can best advise or help out the members of Methods for Management? So if they needed to reach out to you for any questions, how do you feel you could best engage the members and help them out?
Well, I guess just a few pieces out of the gate would be just general advice, and then how I can relate back to that is certainly embrace technology. Have it as part of your roadmap and part of your strategic decision making. With cloud and some of the systems I know people are working on now, it's never been easier to adopt it. You don't have to have a massive IT staff to do these things. The systems are becoming more and more integrated, so it understands the full business processes and is able to connect those together and make it more seamless. Mobility for some folks, that other things where, even our methods platform, we haven't talked about it too much, but that is available mobile, and you can review those things. So as you're on the road or doing things or sitting at home, you can look at those things. So adopt that and embrace that as well as you can. Commit can be consistent with your processes when it comes to technology. The other thing too that I think is neat with where some of the software is today is with these cloud systems, or some people call them, you'll hear the term SaaS, or which that stands for software as a service. So you're not all having to create infrastructure to put your systems on. You can just host it in the cloud and focus in on your core competencies of your business. There's a lot of folks now doing the same thing that you do. So there are tons of peers that you can interact with. And also I push for, when you're on these systems, be a part of an advisory board. Figure out how that works for them for soliciting customer input and help drive some of the evolution of those systems. Hold them accountable for what they produce as well. And, keep in mind, technology anymore is something that people expect. They expect to interact with. They expect that you have, modern interfaces when they go to, possibly pick up dry cleaning or schedule or understand store hours. And there's a social presence that's expected. So embrace those. The tools have made it very easy. With all that being said, I'm available anytime. So whether it comes to, shooting a question from the hip, maybe trying to get a better explanation of something that's been told from them by a software company. A lot of times, with my background, I've had a lot of experience in that, and maybe can help make things more easy to understand if they're not so. And I've worked with leadership in different organizations for their strategies around technology. So if there's some questions you want to shoot past me, I'm always available and love to talk. And really, I think the neat thing now is I'm just getting started in this whole thing. So we built up the platform, and now with the introduction of the business advisory team, I think that this is now the time where we can have these types of discussions or interact. And what I hope to do is over the course of, next year, months, days, et cetera, that I can understand more about everybody's situation that they have, and if there are any challenges that I can help out with. So I think first and foremost is feel free to reach out to me and start a dialogue if you feel there's any challenges. I think in some cases here, as we continue to build our platform, I'll be reaching out to you as well to understand more about your situation. That might open up some more discussion.
That was really fantastic, and I really appreciate your time today, Jeff. And I know that our membership will really appreciate knowing they can reach out to you if they have any questions with, whatever, like you were saying, what their situation is with their software development team, any IT questions, anything that they've got questions on, and also knowing that we will be reaching out to them to solicit information about how the platform is working for them, any challenges, any questions, good, bad, that we have to work with on that. So
Sounds good.
For your time today. I really appreciate it, Jeff. And thank you for being part of our MfM business advisory team. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Take care, Jeff.
Bye.